Alright everybody, welcome back to Conqueror and Commander. Today we're going to be looking at my Teysa Orzhov Scion Cleric Tribal deck made for Heaven and Hell Week over at puremtgo.com. If you want to check it out, go on over there and take a look at a bunch of angel and demon themed decks. This one's going cleric style, so we'll see what we can do with Teysa here. This is an early game, so some of the cards in the deck list are things that I took out. But I'll try and explain those when those come up. Let's take a look at our opponents. First up is Ob Nixilis the Fallen, who likes landfall. It's going to be a lot of fetch lands, and I think this guy is actually a demon tribal deck. And as you'll see, because I'm cleric tribal, I'm running some tribal cards, and they're going to help this guy out. We've also got Thraximundar here, who is usually Grixis control, but I think he might be running zombie tribal. I don't remember. Not 100% sure. And then we've got Dromar, the Banisher, who's problematic because clerics are really focused on trying to create a board state with a lot of permanents out there, especially clerics, and having them bounced all the time is a pain in the butt. So Dromar is essentially Esper control typically. Let's take a look at my hand. I have no lands, and you'll see Ancestor's Prophet is in here. I took that out because the requirement of having 5 clerics out is really tough to meet most of the time. The rest of this stuff is stuff that I kept. Harvester of Souls seemed really thematic because there's a lot of sacrificing going on, and he's a demon, and Heaven and Hell Week, yada yada. So I went ahead and sent that back, and I came back with 4 lands, so I'm much happier now. With Patriarch's Bidding, another tribal card, and Demonic Tutor, and Angel of Glory's Rise, who ends up being really good because most clerics are humans. So obviously this is going to be a keep for me. We're going to go. Ob Nixilis starts off. Not a whole lot of early action. Dimir Signet for Thrax. I played Demonic Tutor for Phyrexian Arena. One of the issues that the deck does have is that there's not a whole lot of card draw in the deck. There's some, but not a ton. And I figured it'd be worth it to go ahead and go grab the arena early on. Ob Nixilis plays a face-down creature. We get another Signet and more ramping from Thrax. He's playing Darkwater Catacombs, which are not a card that you see a whole lot, but it's pretty good actually. So Thrax could be coming out real soon here. Dromar does nothing. I play Skirstag High Priest just to get a card out of my hand so that I can play my bounce land next turn. Again, you'll see, he's a cleric where if you sacrifice things, it's good, but you still need to have 2 other dudes to make your 5/5. I really only managed to make like 2 demons the whole time I played with this guy. And I drew him a lot. Ob Nixilis plays another land. And flips Grinning Demon. So he is obviously Demon Tribal. Grinning Demon is real big, but he's tough to play with unless you like give him lifelink or something like that. Thrax does nothing. Dromar plays Ring of Zathrid. And it's interesting. I remember, this deck seems almost like it's a bunch of draft leftovers. It's kind of random and eclectic. So I go ahead and play my Phyrexian Arena. And I do nothing. Martyr's Cause is a nice one, going with the Heaven and Hell theme. It's a free sack outlet. So it ends up working out real well for me. Especially when you've got Preacher out there to steal stuff. Ob Nixilis comes out to play. Thrax is just sitting back doing nothing. Preacher is fun, just to be able to steal stuff. Deaf Duelist and Servant of Nephrox. So she's going to be playing a bunch of humans, is part of the problem. And so I've got Harsh Mercy and Patriarch's Bidding, and Harsh Mercy does nothing right now. So fine, what I'm going to do, I'm going to play Battletide Alchemist to prevent the damage from being attacked from the Grinning Demon, right? However, it only prevents damage and not life loss, so I can be hit with Ob Nixilis' ability. And that's what happens. He targets me. Luckily, I do have True Believer in my hand. And then he goes after Thrax and Dromar. The annoying thing is, with the Battletide Alchemist out there, you can prevent it to anybody, so it's probably better in like a two-headed giant type game, but like that's always going to ask whenever somebody deals damage whether or not you want to prevent the damage, and you just got to say no all the time. Unless it's you. Thrax plays Honden of Seeing Winds. Dromar plays Battlegrace Angel and attacks Ob Nixilis with a double Exalted Choker and Lifelink. I'm drawing some cards. I play True Believer and I attack Thrax with my Alchemist. I'm not sure that's the best plan. Really, I should have held off, because if anybody else had died, I would have been able to tap my 2 critters to make a demon. So I shouldn't have attacked right there. Halo Hunter comes out and actually kills an angel. That's awesome. I've seen Halo Hunter played a bunch of times, but there's never an angel in play. Going back to my hand, we've got Sturzdag Flare, which is sacrifice a human, destroy target creature. I actually wanted to put more sacrifice a human kind of creatures in here, like there's a demon like Archdemon of Greed or something like that, but I just couldn't put in that many sacrifice effects because it's still expensive to use. I mean, it costs 4 mana to use this ability, and again, Ancestor's Prophet is no longer in the deck. So Halo Hunter comes out and kills Battlegrace Angel. And then I get attacked with both these big dudes, and I prevent some of the damage. And see, I would have been able to make a demon right there. Thrax does nothing. I wonder what Thrax is doing. I guess he's not a zombie tribal. Dromar plays Debtor's Knell, which is problematic. Well, not really problematic, because basically the only creature in the graveyard is Battlegrace Angel right now. No attack. I draw some more cards. I play Core Haven, and I play Preacher. And I learned my lesson, and this time I'm just going to sit back, wait for other things to get killed. Ob Nixilis is down to 27 now. He plays Mana Vault, and then Plague Wind, which is sad times, but you know, that's what happens with this deck. I mean, you got to put out a bunch of clerics to do stuff, and then they die. Honestly, what I probably should have done was play Teysa at that point, and that way I would have gotten at least some dudes out of it, or at least a dude. And then Thrax gets attacked with all these demons. Ob Nixilis is now up to 12/12. Ob Nixilis gets terminated by Thrax. So he's at 12. Thrax plays Rooftop Storm. So he is zombie tribal. God, I forget this game, huh? Thrax comes out to play and attacks Ob Nixilis to make him sacrifice a dude. He's going to sacrifice his Grinning Demon. Makes Thrax bigger. So Dromar is going to bring back the Battlegrace Angel. And then play Cackling Counterpart, getting a copy. So I draw another land, and what I decide to do is play Angel of Glory's Rise. And this has the added benefit of bringing back all my humans, which is pretty much every creature in my graveyard, plus killing off Thrax. In response, Ob Nixilis uses a Strip Mine to get rid of Graven Cairns, which is an interesting play. I'm not really sure what was going on behind that. Maybe he just wanted to slow him down a little bit. So, actually, I don't get Battletide Alchemist back, but I get 3 other guys back. So, luckily, I did it right then, because now Ob Nixilis has Relic of Progenitus. Other than that, I wouldn't have been able to get my stuff back. And he sacrifices and gets rid of all the graveyards. And then attacks Thrax, because people are worried about the Rooftop Storm. So Thrax comes back out to play and attacks Dromar, making him sacrifice an angel. No block. Dromar's down to 22. Dromar's obviously going to bring back the Battle Grace Angel he just sent to the graveyard. He's got double exalted and lifelink. And the angel went after Thrax to kill him off. Had just enough damage. So now Thrax is gone. First, I steal one of the Battle Grace Angels. He gives me the tapped one, I think. Yeah, which is good because it's the token one, so it's not going to be coming back from the Debtor's Knell. And then I've got the Exalted and Lifelink trigger, and I attack Dromar with my Angel of Glory's Rise. And he doesn't block, so he drops down to 23. And I play the Flayer, so that, again, I can tap 2 humans to make a demon, if necessary. Caged Sun, obviously, is very good for the mono-black player. And then Reaver Demon, boo. I will be able to keep 2 guys, my High Priest and my Flayer, but everybody else is going to die. And then Halo Hunter comes after me, but I do have Core Haven in play, so I'm going to prevent the damage. I'm at 28 anyways. So it's Dromar's turn now. He plays his commander and a land and Darksteel Ingot. He's got 1 card left in hand. What I did was I used Thespian Stage to copy my Orzhov Basilica just so I could have more colored mana. I drew into Grave Pact. And I sacrificed Marsh Flats to get Scrubland, I think. And I play Grave Pact. Okay. I've also got a free sack outlet in my hand. And I play it. So now I've got Phyrexian Arena, Grave Pact. This is really dumb. And Martyr's Cause. With 2 creatures in play. And I've got Patriarch's Bidding in case I want to bring stuff back. He pays to untap Mana Vault and then casts Ob Nixilis. And makes me lose the life by playing the land, and then plays Stronghold Overseer. So he attacks Dromar with both of these guys, and I do nothing. He blocks with the Battle Grace Angel, and so Dromar's at 16, I'm at 23, and Ob Nixilis is at 20. It's Dromar's turn. He's going to bring back his Angel. Plays Armillary Sphere, sacrifices it for some lands, plays 1, and then he attacks me with Dromar. Well, I can't let that happen. Because what I don't want to have is all these guys running around like that, and him bouncing my guys. So I'm just going to sacrifice... oh no, I Core Haven, that's right. To prevent the damage. So I draw another card. I've got Source of Plowshares in hand now. And I play Harvester of Souls. And then Oversold Cemetery. Harvester with Grave Pact is good. This is where the game starts to get miserable for my opponents, because I've got a free sack outlet that can prevent damage. I've got Recursion with Oversold Cemetery, and I've got Grave Pact along with a card draw from Harvester out there. So he plays his own Harvester. Before he can start drawing cards off of it, I decide to start sacrificing stuff to prevent damage. And making everybody, so that I can draw cards, number one. And making people sacrifice their guys. But I can only really do it twice. What the Ob Nixilis player does is sacrifices the two guys that I targeted with Martyr's Cause to prevent the damage. I draw into Martyr's Bond. So Ob Nixilis plays another random big demon. Renegade Demon. And then uses Tectonic Edge to get rid of my Core Haven. And then I get attacked with both his demons. I'm just going to take that damage. I'm at 22. That drops me down to... Oh no, I Source of Plowshares, the Reaver Demon. That knocks me down to 16. So he brings back Angel of Glory's Rise. Dromar does, but he doesn't have any humans in his graveyard right now. So it doesn't matter. He casts Auramancer. It's not going to get anything back. And he casts Daxos. So it's kind of a human-based deck. It's interesting. Does nothing. So I get a couple cards in hand. I've got 11 cards in hand now. Harsh Mercy, again, does nothing for me. I'm going to end up discarding that. So first I'm going to play Patriarch's Bidding and get everything back. Halo Hunter killed the Angel of Glory's Rise. That's fine. And then what I'm going to do is... So I've got a bunch of these guys back. I'm going to cast Martyr's Bond. So I've got Grave Pact and Martyr's Bond out. And that's... Well, that's Phyrexian Arena. There's Grave Pact. There's Martyr's Bond. And I still have my free sacrifice outlet. So creatures aren't going to stick around very long. And I've got Harvester of Souls. Angelic Destiny just seemed like a fun card with the Heaven and Hell theme. I get rid of Harsh Mercy and Ancestor's Prophet. Alright. So he's got a Stronghold Overseer, and he looks like he's about to pump it, so I'm like, screw it. I'm just going to start sacrificing guys. I'm going to draw cards, and I prevent the damage to him and from him. And they've got to sacrifice 2 cards. 2 creatures. Oh, I took Purgatory out. Yeah. Every time I do this. I did keep Hellfire, though. Hellfire's fun. Purgatory seemed like it would fit with the Heaven and Hell theme. But I just decided... it wasn't the best card because of the 4 mana. Ob Nixilis plays No Mercy. Angel of Glory's Rise comes back and brings back 2 humans for Dromar. Now here's the problem. I can play a bunch of clerics, right? But like I don't have like a way to really win without overwhelming. I mean, I can play Heliod and try and make a bunch of tokens, or I can Angelic Destiny and like make Harvester of Souls and Angel Demon and bigger and stuff like that. So what I decide first is I'm going to play Heliod so that I can start making tokens. And I steal a demon from from Ob Nixilis. But I mean, he's basically just going to be fodder for all this other stuff. And I've got to discard some cards. So I get rid of Purgatory and Skull Clamp because I've got a ton of cards. Ob Nixilis does have 7 cards in hand, though. So he moves. Before he can do anything, I decide to sacrifice something to make him discard, or to make him sacrifice his Harvester. And then I draw a bunch of cards. And he concedes. He's like, basically like... And I was apologizing at this point. I'm like, listen, this is a crappy board state. Like, nobody's going to want to play through this. Yes, there are outs. You know, there's like All Is Dust and Neverall's Disc and stuff like that for these guys. And even like Merciless Eviction. But like right now, I've just got a pretty good board position. And he's like... The Ob Nixilis player says, you know, there's no way for me to get out of this. Yeah, Planar Cleansing or O-Stone. Or other options. But he brings back Battle Grace Angel and attacks with these 2 guys, and I sacrifice 2 guys and basically get rid of everything. With that out of the way, I think I even make a demon, or I forgot to make a demon. Oh no, here it is. I make the demon. This is what the demon token looks like. See? And this is good enough for me to be able to, like... He's at 16. I can pretty much just kill him. Put Angelic Destiny on Doubtless One. And I go in for the kill. So yeah, you know, it's... Yes, there are answers to Grave Pact and Martyr's Bond. But it's tough for mono black. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed that game. Thanks.